Good.
All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as you can see, we back out here, but first and foremost, we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. All right, Brother Sharayad, to my right is
Brother Mahak.
So, you know, as you can see, we back out here on the highways and byways, you know, being in season, out of season. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom wa Barakium to all the, you know, brothers laboring in the truth, you know, putting your life on the line, your body on the line, making your body a living sacrifice. We can start with that. Romans 10, and 1. Romans 10, verse 1.
Shabbat.
Yeah, man. You know, these people, they waiting to see us give up. They're waiting to see if it's a hoax or not. You know? That's they waiting to see. And the word of the Most High endures forever. So long as you got that word, brothers, you know, you're going to endure. You're going to endure to the end. That's how you endure to the end. You got to have the word, you know. Yeah, Romans 10 and 1. I'll get that with you. Romans 10 and 1. And we out here for the so-called, for the Israelites, who are in fact the so-called Negroes, so-called Native American Indians, so-called Latinos or Hispanics, whichever one you want to debase yourself to. That's what we are out for, bidding you to the marriage. The marriage is being put back with your power. Okay? Your power being God, because he's only your God. He's only the God of Israel. Grab that real quick. 10 and 1. I'll jump to Joel 2 and 27. Yeah, man. If I get it first, I'll get it. Joel 2 and 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh, your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. Once again from the top, Joel 2 and 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh, your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. So he's only our power, man. He's your power. All these people on this sign, man, and we are scattered in more places than just these, but this is where the main bulk of prophecies, and you see the main that was written about, and or that was spoken about in Genesis chapter by Jacob himself, who had his name changed to Israel, and you can read about that in the account of Genesis chapter 49. And Moses wrote about that. How did he know that? Because the Most High told him when he was obviously in the mountain 40 days and 40 nights, right? It wasn't just chewing bubblegum, man. Mashah wrote all 5 books, the first 5 books of the Bible. You go ahead, Romans 10 and 1.
Romans 10 and 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
So stop right there. So, brethren, no, Salaki, you in 10 and 1? 12 and 1, Salaki. 12 and 1.
Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
There you go, man. He said, present your bodies a living sacrifice, man. We're sacrificing our bodies, man, in more than ways than just one. You know, we're out here so-called, you can get a cold, zip up your coat, you know what I'm saying? That's what we out here sacrificing ourselves to, all right? We're sacrificing our bodies by, you know, being in these scriptures daily when we could be doing shit in the world. You know, we're sacrificing our bodies to be in the scriptures than in other places, you know, that are of the world, right? And we're not even supposed to be of the world. You agree that again?
Romans 12:1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies in a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
So Romans is an epistle, also known as a letter. Who was it written to? It was written to what you thought to be Romans, but wasn't Paul, an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, but he was a Roman. He was writing the Israelites that were scattered among, and they had Roman citizenship. But how do we know that? Because he said, read it one more time.
Romans 12:1.
Right.
I beseech you therefore, brethren.
All right, who is the brethren? Romans 9:2. Watch this. For those who don't know.
Romans 9:2, huh?
Any new listeners?
Romans 9:2. That I have great heaviness and continuous sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren.
Okay, so Paul said that he wished he could take on the burdens of Hamashiach, just for his brethren. That's how much he loved his brethren. Who is the brethren? These same brethren talked about in what's that? 10, 11, 12, 2 chapters over, right? So he gonna tell you who the brethren is. Keep going. Call where you at?
Romans 9:2. Well, Romans 9:3. Slide. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
His kinsmen according to the flesh. So there's not a spiritual brethren, right? There's not a spiritual brethren. We're actually family, right? We're gonna prove that too. Keep going. According to the flesh, his kinsmen, right?
Romans 9:4. Who are Israelites?
Who are Israelites? So we're only out here for the Israelites. The Most High just told us in Joel 2:27 that you gonna know he's in the midst of Israel. We're the only people out here claiming Israel week in and week out. So we're Israel. He's in the midst of Israel. The Most High don't deal with buildings made of hands. We're the temple. We're the third temple. You can't rebuild the temple because we're the temple. The Most High has to do it. And it's spiritual anyway. You guys are being carnal. These fake Christians. So he said, and you're gonna know that I am your power and nothing else. Well, how do we know that? Because we're reading the scriptures. Period. And then he just said that it's the same thing for Paul. He said he wish he could be a curse for his brethren. He want to take up the cross, right? And which he did. You know, you gotta endure the cross, you gotta bear the cross. Okay? He said, for his brethren, not everybody, man. And your brother your brother isn't Hollywood or Hulk Hogan. Brother, it ain't that. It's literally according to the flesh. It's kinsmen, right? Who are Israelites. You finish that up.
Romans 9:4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the givings of the law and the service of God and the promises.
Everything pertains to the Israelites. So you have nothing to do with this. You have nothing to do with the word. Read that again. This everything that you heathens, you natural Gentiles have nothing to do with.
Romans 9:3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption.
You have nothing to do with the adoption.
And the glory.
You have nothing to do with the glory.
And the covenants.
You have nothing to do with the covenants.
And the giving of the law.
You have nothing to do with the giving of the law or the law.
And the service of God.
Or the service of God, which is what we're doing. You have no business holding the Bible and trying to read it to people.
And the promises.
And you have nothing to do with the promises. Nothing. Thus saith the Lord. Paul was speaking his own words, man. He spoke when he was taught. Period. Let's prove it. Acts chapter 13 and verse 26. Paul, he was dealt with. He was sent out by Yahweh Shai, by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who you people call the Son being Yahweh Shai, the Father being Yahweh. But who he was sent out by who you people, you know, ignorantly, you know, and how the apostles say, the elders, they say stupidly, because you have been told, yet you still call him Jesus.
Call that again.
You go to Acts 13 and 26. Make sure that's what I want. 26 and 13. So, 14.
26 and 14?
You can start at 13. So lock me. Go ahead, come.
Acts 26 and 13. At midday, O king, I saw in the way a light from heaven.
So Paul, this is Acts, and this is the account of Paul at midday, and it's a light from heaven. Now, the reason why we're going to this scripture is because Paul, some of you fake Christians might think Paul speaks his own words, but that's just not the case. We're not even out here speaking our own words. We're sent out, as it says in Ezekiel 37, in the Spirit. The Spirit sent us out. We're speaking the words and we're reading the Bible. We're reading the scriptures, right? And Paul's doing the same thing. He was going out. He was traveling on ships, going to different regions to preach the word, to bid Israel to the marriage, to wake up the lost sheep of Israel. All right, so that's why we're going to this, and this is going to prove that Paul was not speaking his own words, and he was in fact dealt with Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Let's go.
At midday, Acts 26 and 13. At midday, O king, I saw on the way a light from heaven, above the brightness of the sun, shining round about me, and them which journey with me.
So he even had witnesses with him, right? He's seeing a light from heaven, right? Let's see what it was.
Acts 26 and 14. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me.
He heard a voice. He fell to the earth because the light was so bright, right? So this was going on. This is what's going on.
And saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecuted thou me?
So he heard a voice in the Hebrew tongue. So it was a voice speaking from the heavens, the Shemayim, right? The sky. Shemayim is another word for sky. The firmament, right? The expanse. Above, he heard a voice speaking in the Hebrew tongue, saying, Saul,
Saul, Saul, why persecuted thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks.
Show the camera with the whoop. Now, if anybody that know anything about the Bible, when you see red letters, it means what? Show them what letters that's here. What you got? Come up. Oh, I got you. Go ahead. See that? When you see red letters, it means what? You can see that? That's Yahweh Shai. That's who the people ignorantly call Jesus. So Jesus was dealing with Paul. That's what Paul used to be done by, Saul. Read your Bible. Right? So that's that. So Paul wasn't speaking his own words, man. We don't need to be dealing with the brethren. That's why he said he wished he could be a curse for his brethren, man. Most High don't change. All of a sudden we get to the New Testament and the Most High dealing with everybody now. People he never even dealt with. But he spent all that time proving us and killing Israelites just to deal with y'all now. You don't know nothing, man. You don't know nothing about the scriptures. You error not knowing the scriptures. Grab that, man. Matthew 22 and 9. Matthew 22 verse 29. Powerful shot. So we're not out here speaking our own words. We have a little voice speaking to us, so we're going to get into that little voice.
Come. Matthew 22 and 9. Go ye therefore into the...
22 verse 29.
Okay. So like Acts 22 verse 29.
Oh, Matthew.
Yeah. So like Matthew 22, 29. Jesus answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures nor the power of God.
So that's how you err, that's how you make mistakes. That's how you went and slipped on that banana peel, man. Because you don't know the scriptures, you ain't reading the scriptures. That's how you err in life. That's how you err and coming up thinking you can talk to men that the Most High set up, you know. Don't the scriptures say touch nor do no harm to my anointed? You know what the Most High will do to you? That's why read it again.
Matthew 22 and 29. Yahushua answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures nor the power of God.
So you do err not knowing the scriptures and not knowing the power of God. You think this Bible, this book has anything to do with anybody that's not an Israelite according to the flesh? And we can prove this. We can prove this has already been proved, man. Brothers done broke it down. Look up 12 tribe charts. It's proof, man. We don't just say this. This is more than just someone you get into the whole thing about, Arya, he made that as a catch. No, man. Is that not the potter's clay? Did not the Most High didn't do that? Right? Try that, man. We go to Johnson, but we're gonna do a lesson real quick. But we're gonna grab this real quick. Isaiah chapter 29. You can start at